let's move on to the best young players in the Premier League. So you are both going to reveal your top 10 young players aged 21 and under.
Yeah, 21 and under being a big thing. Just let's really make that obvious that it's 21 and under.
I have a feeling,
because
let's hope we're right. We'll have to fact check some.
There's players like Morello who don't get into this, even though he's 22.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really good 22-year-olds.
So it's 21 and under.
21 and under, young players, top 10. Geordie, do you want to
start with your number 10?
Number 10.
Yeah, I couldn't decide.
This is going to be awful. I know this is going to be an awful
No,
list,
it's not that bad. Okay, so I didn't put Josh King in.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I was ready to fact check you.
Come on, Josh King, come on.
I was about to fact check you so hard if you put Josh King into this.
Why?
Because he's played about 12 minutes all season.
Yeah, in the Premier League, but he's still the captain of the under-20s, isn't he, for England?
Let's be serious.
Number
10. 18-year-old. Yeah, I know. So anyway, I've gone with Yankuba Minteh.
Yeah, Minter for Brighton.
Oh, Minter. Yeah, fair. He's on my mentions.
He did well on the weekend, actually.
Number 10, I put in William Osulu from Newcastle. Right winger.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a clue who I've just said, by the way. Doesn't have a clue.
Did they sign him in January?
No, they signed him, I think, at the start of the season. But yeah, I've gone with Osulu. It might have been injured. Osulu.
Was he got any minutes?
Yeah, played in the FA Cup against Birmingham, was unreal.
Oh, well, in that case, Josh King's played 90 in every FA Cup game.
No, he hasn't. He's played twice and started one game in the FA Cup.
You looked at this because you knew I was going to say him.
William Osulu, right winger from Newcastle. Every time I watch him, he just looks unreal. Like the pace and ability on him. Okay, he hasn't really played, but the 2 FA Cup games, and I think he had a little cameo in the Premier League. I really like him.
He's got 9 appearances for Newcastle.
Yeah. He hasn't played. No, I think a lot of them are FA Cup.
Saints winger's decent as well, isn't he? Tyler Dibley.
If Tyler Dibley's not on this list from either of you two, we're gonna have beef.
He's not on my list.
Honourable mention.
Honourable mention. Tyler
I gave him
Dibley.
a mention.
I just think there's so many good youngsters that he's not on this list. By the way,
he's 18.
Yeah, I don't care.
So
he's not as good as these players.
He's better than Osler. Are you joking? He's had a better
No,
season than
William
him.
Osler will be better.
No, yeah, he might. Well, no, actually,
He's a better youngster. If Bournemouth were to sign one, I'd rather William Osler. Right, number 10, William Osler from Newcastle.
Right, we're going back to this debate when the lists are done. Right,
number 9.
Number 9.
Lewis Millie. Miley. I never know how they're going to pronounce his name.
I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I think there's better players you can have. I've gone for Amari Hutchinson.
He's an honourable mention for me.
These players over Diblin, it's just nuts to me.
Amari Hutchinson lit up the
21.
Championship last season.
He did.
He's on the border. He's almost.
So he's 21, so he's one of the best youngsters in the Premier League.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Amari Hutchinson, number 9.
Lewis Miley's 18, to be fair to him, and he's starting for Newcastle week in, week out, isn't he?
No, he comes on.
I don't think
He's definitely.
I'm thinking of Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Is Lewis Hall in your list?
He's now in number 8. Well,
he is.
Number 8.
That's convenient, isn't
Lewis
it?
Hall. Why is that convenient?
Because that's
next.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Number 8, Lewis Hall. England starting left back, I reckon.
Do you think?
I don't have Lewis Skelly on this list just because I have 2 left backs on this list. I couldn't put in a third one, but Lewis Hall, number 8.
For number 8, I've gone Dean Hudson or Dean
Huijsen.
Huijsen.
That's low down. That is so low down.
Really?
I think that's really low down.
Huijsen and Hall. I mean, yeah, I do think both of those two should be on this list, to be honest.
Go on, number 7.
Lewis Skelly.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, have you done a number 8? Have you actually done a list?
I've not done a list.
Oh, you've done a list, but okay.
You
happy with those?
I'll argue with you guys in a minute. There.
Number 7?
I went with Lewis Skelly here.
I went Milos Kerkez. The only reason I didn't put Lewis Skelly in is because I think Kerkez and Lewis Hall have both had better seasons and been slightly around for longer. E.g. an extra
I think by the end of the season, Lewis Skelly might be
up there. Yeah, but I just think Kerkez and Lewis Hall have just been slightly better.
Yeah, they've also got more experience under their belt. He's only just broken into the first team. He's still playing for the under-18s for England. He's not moved up any age groups yet.
He is playing in a different position as well, isn't he?
He probably will get in that England squad though, Lewis Skelly. I think Lewis Skelly and Lewis Hall will probably be a left back pretty soon.
Pretty good. We've needed some.
I think he'll get called up to the 21 straight away.
Well, they said the other day that Tuchel was looking at Lewis Skelly.
That's interesting. He'd just skip straight through.
Because if you think about England left backs, we're not thrilled with choices apart from an injured Luke Shaw. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get him in the setup with Lewis Hall pretty early on for next year.
Yeah, fair.
Number 6.
Evan Ferguson. What's wrong with that?
I think a year ago I'd accept that.
Yeah, and he's still only 20. Just because he's got a loan move at the moment
but
doesn't mean he's shit.
I just think there's better players. I've gone for Conor Bradley.
Classic strikers, though.
I've gone Conor Bradley, Liverpool. I don't think there's a lot of difference between him and Trent when they both play. Defensively, this is a big.
I have him in here.
It's not hard to be
Conor Bradley.
as defensively tight as Trent.
Yeah, but Conor Bradley. I mean, we saw him against Mbappe, and he had Mbappe in his back pocket. And to be fair, I think next year he'll be there right back if Trent goes to Madrid. Probably. So number 6, Conor Bradley for me. But I do think Evan Ferguson, maybe an honourable mention, but I don't think you can put in 6th best youngster in the Prem when he couldn't even get into Brighton right now.
But we've literally got no strikers anywhere here.
That's fine. They're not the best youngsters. There's not that many good young strikers.
It's for me.
All right, number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Archie Gray.
Oh God, you're great at number 5.
Have you?
Yeah, I think he's done pretty well this season, playing kind of out position at centre back. Meant to be a left back / centre mid. Yeah, I rate him. I really rate him, actually.
I rate him a lot.
I think for a player of his age to be stuck in this Spurs side, which is all over the gaff at the moment, to come in at centre back and actually play pretty decent. Yeah, number 5.
No, he should be on the list, in my opinion, as well.
I can't,
A lot of my decisions are based on their age as well, to be fair, of like experience, and they've been thrown into a first Premier League team.
Number 4.
Yeah, Conor Bradley for me.
I put Oscar Bob from Man City.
Injured, but
Such a good player.
He is unreal.
Unreal
season,
player.
Though?
Not this season, obviously not because he's been injured.
That's
but
why I didn't put
just
him
before
in.
the season, I think this season he was about to light on fire, and unluckily he got that injury. But that's Oscar Bob is unreal, and technically I think he could be number 1 if he had broke through the season. But I've had to put him at number 4. But I think he's so good.
Then you have the same argument with Ferguson.
No, but Evan Ferguson hasn't been injured.
Season. I know, but he hasn't really.
No,
done
but
much
he's.
this
But
season.
I still wouldn't. I wouldn't rate
him.
him any above any of the other youngsters. I think he's a good youngster, but I wouldn't rate him above anyone that I put in.
Mate, what if he ends up being England's main
Well,
striker?
he can't be England's main striker.
Oh, he's Irish. Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
Shocking. Your top 3 then, number 3.
Savinho.
Oh, I think he's over 21, isn't he?
No, he's not.
I thought he was.
He's 20.
Oh, I definitely would have put him in there.
Yeah, 20. He's
So
the
right,
youngest,
we're gonna
most
have a look at our
expensive
list.
youngster.
I thought he was over 21.
Most expensive youngster,
Oh, I
Savinho.
would have definitely put him in there.
He's 20 years old.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I've missed him out. I'll put Dean Huijsen at number 3. Best centre-back, young centre-back under the age of 21. There's a reason Real Madrid, any big club's going to go for him. He's got £50 million release horse. I don't think anyone expects him to be as good as he is this season, and he's been probably one of the best. I could top 3 centre-backs in the Premier League this season.
He's an
Probably.
unreal
Top 4.
centre-back.
For 19 years old, just to come in and do what he's doing is unreal.
I think he's unreal, to be honest.
And Real Madrid,
I do think he's unreal.
I'm
I think
interested to see who number 2 and 1 is, because I think Huijsen might be higher for me. Because I think he's just going to go.
I'm annoyed I've missed out. I missed out
Savino.
Savino here.
Savino, so we'll revisit the list.
Oh yeah, the fact Dean Huijsen has a £50 million release clause. Oh,
That's pretty poor
that
business,
hurts.
but at the same time,
I don't think it
no
is
one
poor
expected.
business.
It's still profit, I guess.
because that's how we got him on the
Yeah.
release clause.
And unfortunately, release clauses are going to be a future thing.
And
with
if
the amount of
anyone
prices
signs him
going on.
50 mil, they're getting a bargain for Dean Huijsen.
I think so.
19 years old, one of the best centre backs in the league.
I think he can go to any club he wants.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah. Number 2.
Rico Lewis. Just because he's not playing well at the moment does not mean that as a
there's so many
20-year-old who
there's
can
so
now,
many much. So you're at Rico Lewis above Bradley.
yeah, he's been playing for City for what, like the last 3 seasons? As a youngster, under 21, he was in
This
the
is
treble-winning
really bad.
side. Like,
Over some of these
Jesus
youngsters
Christ,
is crazy.
mate.
Number 2, I've gone for Ethan Namweri from Arsenal.
17.
Pretty easy.
Yeah,
he's-
yeah.
Is
17,
he
18.
second though? Is he?
Who?
Above...
Ethan Namweri?
Yeah, is he better than Huijsen?
That's what I mean. Like for those,
Yeah. Yeah, he's
but
more,
it's barely,
more
they
value.
barely proved themselves.
I just know he's a better youngster than he's one of the best youngsters in about 2 years.
My top 2 are lads
he
that have
could,
proven
seeing
themselves.
as Rico Lewis hasn't proven himself this season.
Doesn't matter. As a youngster,
Who's
under
your last
21, my top 2,
Who's your last 2 that you just said then? Number 3.
number 3 was Savinho.
Oh yeah.
Should we go on to our number 1?
Ethan
then?
Namweri's it has to be
Namweri.
in there for me. Yeah.
Well, maybe Arsenal fans are going to start to like you now.
Yeah.
Putting him there.
Yeah, I think he's quality.
I want to know who
He's
your
good.
number
He's
1
been
is.
good,
then.
but I don't
Oh,
know.
number
I
one's
haven't seen too much of him yet.
It's easy for me, I think.
But yeah, he's doing it. If he's playing at Arsenal at this age, you know.
I'm annoyed I've
Must
missed out
play
Savino though. I would definitely put him over quite a lot of these.
Go on then. Who's your number 1?
Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Well, I went with Kobe Manu.
Wow.
So 2 United players in there.
Oh, Kobe Manu and Rico
Interesting.
Lewis is your top 2 is bad. I think.
Bruh, playing for England. None of the other players that you've mentioned have broken into national team, other than Garnacho, obviously.
Lewis Hall. They've all played. Connor Bradley.
But have they played in the bigger games? Whereas
Has Rico Lewis?
Rico Lewis maybe not, fair enough, but
Garnacho for me.
Rico Lewis has for City played in big games, and Kobbie Mainoo has literally started for United and
I just think this season,
England, to be fair.
Rico Lewis and Kobbie Mainoo have been so disappointing.
I don't disagree with that. I am not saying this season. We're doing 21 and under.
I'd say Garnacho number 1 for me. I just think he's really good. Lacking a bit of end product at the moment, but in a bad United side, he is their best player. I'd slightly rate him over Amad Diallo.
I do have him as but Diallo is 22.
Breaking into He's breaking into his Argentinian squad, but Garnacho.
I do have him as an honourable mention, Garnacho, because I think he is solid.
Have you done
as well.
your honourable mentions?
Yeah, I've got.
Pretty
I have got Rico Lewis, Mainoo, Ferguson, Minter,
Matthias Tell.
I really wanted to put him. I really like him, but I just didn't because he's on loan. That's the only reason I didn't. Euro.
Yeah, Lenny Euro is gonna.
Lewis Skelly and Tyler Dibbling.
Tyler
Dibbling, I was 50-50 to put him in over Osolo or Hutchinson, but I didn't. But I would have put Savinho in now.
Yeah,
but I didn't
Hutchinson's my honourable.
Yeah.
For me, Dibbling has to be in this list.
Over who? Over who would you put him in?
Quite a few.
What,
definitely some of the
Hutchinson?
later, yeah, and Lewis Miley, Osula. The fact that he's starting at 18 and then like he has players on top.
I think he's really good. Yeah,
He's just
I think he's
past
class.
anyone. I think he definitely deserves to be on that list.
He'll definitely
Another
be
player-
getting a big move in the summer, won't he?
I think so. And we've also signed Mateus Fernandes. I think is another honourable shout. I know we've been terrible this season, but these two players are.
I think only.
You haven't watched him.
I'm
No.
sorry, only Southampton
Right.
fans would know who he is.
Bookmark this, okay? Clip this, and tell me in a few years, Mateus Fernandes is going places. He's going to the
You've
top.
had your limelight.
He is going to the top. This
dunno.
guy is unreal centre mid.
Okay.
Portuguese, he's got it all, mate. Honestly,
Bro,
He will
everyone
go to a
turns
big
off
team.
Match of the Day by the time Southampton come on.
So do I. I don't even watch it. It's too painful for me to watch. But